Welcome back to the channel. I'm Lauren Fix, and this is the 2022 Toyota Avalon Touring. Now, this year, there is no more all-wheel drive option and no TRD option, which I thought was completely useless to begin with, but it was something to add to their lineup. And TRD makes sense for a performance model, but this is a large, comfortable sedan, and it offers a lot of features and some excellent value as well as resale value, which is really important. Now, on our channel, we do more than car reviews and first looks of new vehicles. We give you car smarts because knowledge is power. Don't forget to subscribe and click that little bell so you don't miss anything. Let's take a look at the Toyota Avalon and some changes for 2022. Now, they're not massive, but if you are looking at one and you can get one on your dealer lot, there are some really nice features, starting with LED headlights, which are standard, and the new grille. And I apologize for the ice. I ran it through the car wash. It's 8 degrees here in Buffalo, and literally everything froze. But it's a great chance to test out the front-wheel drive system, and our vehicle came with all-season tires, so we're going to see how it handles on the road, some dry, some snowy, and we'll give you that report as we go and drive it after we do this quick walk around. So you can see that the front end looks pretty much the same, different grille looks as far as colors. On this Touring versus the other trim levels, there is also a hybrid option. Let's take a look under the hood and I'll let you know what powers this car. Under the hood of the Touring Edition is a 3.5 liter V6 engine with 301 horsepower and 267 pound-feet of torque. It has a direct shift 8-speed automatic transmission. There is a hybrid engine also available. It's a 2.5 liter engine and it gets better fuel economy, but this one is the one about power and a little bit more sportiness. So let's put this vehicle into the Sport Plus mode. This is a comfortable cruising sedan. It is not a performance car, but you know what? It has a lot of power. Really nice. Now, all-wheel drive is no longer available, nor is the TRD package, which made 0 sense to me, and I said that in the review. I know it's nice to try to offer different trim levels, but that was a bit off base. But either way, this vehicle has really nice performance, and that is a massive plus. You're talking about 25 miles to the gallon for this vehicle with the V6 engine, and the hybrid engine offers 44 miles to the gallon, but you won't be able to get it in Touring. You'll either have to go to the Nightshade or one of the other trim levels. The one thing about this vehicle that I really like is it rides really nicely. It is so quiet in here, considering it's not the most quiet vehicle that's on the road because Lexus has that. But this is a really quiet ride, and with the road being rough here in New York State, which it is probably over most of the country, you want a quiet ride, especially if you just want some solace from the craziness going on in the world, and this is your home to find that. Now, there's a lot of other cars that fit in that category, including Genesis, and we'll go on and on and on because they're all competitors. But one of the things I like about this vehicle is you really don't hear that V6 engine, even in the Sport Plus mode, because if I go down to the Comfort mode or the Eco mode, it gets really quiet in here. It's kind of neat, and that's something that you don't typically find when you're looking at a sedan. So this gives you that nice, comfortable, confident ride. And by the way, the brakes, they're excellent. When you put your foot in it, it is a bit loud, but that's true with anything. Although the shifts are very seamless compared to some of the other vehicles, I'm not a fan of the CVT transmission, but when you're using something like a direct drive 8-speed automatic that this vehicle has, that's when you're going to notice those smooth transitions from one gear to the next. You don't have to be a car person to feel that, but you get that confident feel that you're in control of the vehicle and it isn't just an appliance. Now, as far as the handling on this vehicle, I'm really liking this vehicle. It does not, our test vehicle does not have snow tires. They sent it to us with all-season tires, and yeah, we had snow on the ground. And I highly recommend snow tires if you're going to drive this thing through the winter, because I think it's one of the things that gets overlooked a lot. You think, oh, all seasons will work year-round. They don't. When it's below 40 degrees on a regular basis, basically what you have is hockey pucks. And if you want the best grip, the best traction, especially the best safety, then you're going to want to look for a winter tire. Now, as far as safety, the Toyota Safety Sense package, part of that is when you stop at a light, you can see that you get the around view camera as well as that forward camera. And I cannot figure out what in the world that V is there. Drives me crazy. That's one thing, either have a full solid camera, but what is with the black in the middle? If it's blocking something, then move the camera. So that's one of the things that drives me absolutely nuts. Also, some of the safety features which I had to shut off were beeping quite incessantly, and if that's something that bothers you, you'll have to go into the settings and shut them off. Now, Toyota does offer standard the Safety Sense 2.5 Plus package, which includes pretty much everything from blind spot detection, forward collision warning with pedestrian detection, pretty much everything except for the around view camera, the rear cross traffic alert, and I think that's important. And you've got a lot of other safety features that are standard, and for $1,150, please buy that extra safety package because you really do need it on any vehicle. You want that safety, it's so important. Now, the safety on this vehicle works as stated. It is excellent, had no problems with it, except for the fact I don't like the constant audio or the intervention pushing you back into your lane. Now, that's something you can shut off. If it doesn't bother you, you're afraid you've got a teenager driving this car, then it's probably a good thing to have it, but paying attention to the roadway, that's really important as well. Let's test out the turning radius. I do this all the time on this road, and it's not as tight as it could be. Use that backup camera to see what we're doing here. But remember, this is a pretty large size sedan. One other thing to note when it comes to safety, this has a 5-star National Highway Traffic Safety Administration rating, which is excellent. It's NHTSA. And when you are looking at a sedan, this is typically a family sedan, then you want safety. That's important. I'm really liking this vehicle. It has a lot of positives. It's super easy to drive. I've driven it in the winter, had some good confidence. Although I'm used to driving in winter, if you're not, then again, those winter tires will really help you a lot, and it's the safest way to go. But as far as the vehicle overall, the braking, the handling, no matter where you live in this country, on these curvy roads or on straight roads, we all have some road work that needs to be obtained, so you want to get as quiet a ride as possible. And I think they've accomplished that with this vehicle because it is their flagship vehicle. There are a lot of positives when it comes to the Avalon. All Avalons ride on 19-inch alloy wheels, and that includes all the trim levels. So what do you see different? Not much along the profile of this vehicle. This is a very large touring sedan, and one of the things that people like about it is it has plenty of space. When you come around to the back, the Touring has this little rear spoiler, which is nice and very sporty. And then, of course, you've got your quad exhaust and this black rear valance. Really nice, really clean, and shows you're driving a Touring edition. When it comes to trunk space, the Avalon has 16.1 cubic feet of storage, which is pretty equivalent across the lineup. 60-40 split rear seats, and that's good. I was able to take this to the airport. No problem lifting luggage up over this low, wide opening, and that's really important. Some vehicles don't have such a low opening. It makes it easier to lift up luggage. Makes a lot of sense, especially if you've got a lot of junk in the trunk. When you're looking at the pricing for the Avalon, it starts at around $36,000. Our Touring came in at $45,000 and only had one option, which was the safety at $1,100, which I think should be on every vehicle standard. And that is a negative for me because I'd like to see the Toyota Safety Sense 2.5 usually would have everything in it, such as their competitors, a Honda and Hyundai, are doing. I'm hoping that they'll add that in as a standard in the future. When you're talking about a car at $45,000, I would really like to see all that safety included. One of the negatives I'd like to see for this vehicle is an updated for the interface, and I think that can be done quite easily with software. Performance-wise and handling is really good in this category. Certainly not disappointed with that V6 engine. Handling was fine. I wish there was an all-wheel drive option, considering we live in snowy country, as you can see. Can't seem to get this off the windshield so well when it's 8 degrees. I'm working on it. I'm going to have to scrape the windshield clean again. It just seems to keep building up. But as far as the vehicle itself, I think there's a lot of positives. Excellent resale value, low insurance rates. I really like the 2-year maintenance plan that's included with it, as well as roadside service. That could help save you a few dollars down the road. Toyota does think of pretty much everything, and now that they have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, as well as Amazon Alexa in the vehicle, that's a massive plus, and something that's been needed in the Toyota lineup for quite a long time. There are a lot of competitors in this category, and we have reviewed them all. You can check them out on our website, where we have other contributors as well in English and in Spanish at carcoachreports.com. If you have any questions about this vehicle that I didn't cover, because I could really go in depth. The warranty is 3 years, 36,000 miles, but there's so many little details that you're going to want to know before you make your final decision. Let's open up that conversation in the comments. Did you buy one? If so, why, and if you didn't, what did you buy? We would like to open that up, and then of course I will answer any questions that you have. If you got value from this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this one. Of course, if you have any additional questions, down below or in my social media at Lauren Fix, check out our podcast, Total Car Score. It's available on all platforms where we talk to people to find out why they build these vehicles and how it makes the industry tick. We'll look forward to talking to you next time. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll look forward to seeing you soon, and thank you for your support on our Patreon page.